Let's start by establishing that I am a massive Star Wars fan. I have been for years, decades at this point, really. I love the films and am, quite emotionally invested in the old expanded universe novels. I'm thrilled that so much new Star Wars material has been released in the past few years, and I'm equally appreciative of the increase in excitement and enthusiasm around Star Wars that has accompanied these releases. I'm also really into cosmetics, which brings us to the inspiration behind this video. The new Pat McGrath Labs Star Wars Collaboration Collection. As a quick rundown, there are 7 items total in this collection, 3 eyeshadow palettes and 4 lip products. 2 of the eyeshadow palettes, the 6-pan palettes featuring C-3PO and the Sith Trooper, or Red Trooper, Stormtrooper as I will probably always call it, are new products to the Pat McGrath line. The larger palette and all 4 lip products are existing products, re-released in Star Wars packaging. The R2-D2 Clear Lip Balm is adorable, and I love it. Actually, I think this entire collection is gorgeous. I also can't afford any of it. The cheapest items, the lip products, are $40 American a piece, and that is approximately 3 light years out of my budget. As consolation to myself and my wallet, which is crying at the very thought of a $125 eyeshadow palette, I decided I would mock up my own Star Wars collection. I knew when I started that I wanted to base this collection around the original trilogy, my favorites of the films. What I ended up settling on was a collection of 3 eyeshadow quads themed around the work of Ralph McQuarrie, a concept artist whose work inspired so much of the look and feel of the Star Wars films. I mocked up a quad based on 3 places McQuarrie created concept art for: the Death Star from A New Hope, Cloud City from The Empire Strikes Back, and Endor, the Forest Moon in Return of the Jedi. Let's start with the Episode 4 palette, which I am very creatively going to call Death Star. You're going to see with all these quads that I've used the corresponding concept art as the outer packaging. This palette is inspired by the canyon art for the final space battle. I wanted all of these palettes to be wearable for me, a neutrals lover, and with this one I kept to a pretty standard smoky trio of a white, gray, and a black, which also happened to be 3 of the Empire's go-to colors. To take it somewhere a little more interesting, and to reflect the shots from the laser cannons, I added a pinky red. An orange red would have better matched the concept art, but a shade that leans more pink is more wearable for me personally, and I love how close this shade is to Vader's lightsaber. Cloud City, where Leia, Han, and Chewie flee in Episode 5 to escape the Imperials, is one of my favorite places in all of Star Wars. The idea of a floating city is just fantastical, and the McQuarrie's concept art is so lovely that I couldn't help but base the palette on it. For me, this would be an easy everyday palette I could throw on the amber and peach for a somewhat desaturated take on Bespin's atmosphere, or I could add in the bluish gray for some added depth and the city itself. If these were real and I could only buy one, I think this one would be it. This last palette is based on Endor, the forest moon where the Empire is constructing a second Death Star, a fully armed and operational station. Like the forest, I wanted this to feature several takes on green. I chose a mossy green, a green-gray, and a somewhat murky teal. Unlike the other palettes, with this quad I wasn't particularly worried about creating a look that used all 4 shades. The way I personally would use this palette is by placing one of the greens all over my lid, and then adding a little bit of that deep brown to the outer V and smudged under my eyes for extra depth. Okay, so I lied. That wasn't really the last palette. I made one more quad based on the binary sunset in Episode 4, which is my favorite scene in the entire franchise. As far as I know, there is no McQuarrie art that directly corresponds to this scene, though definitely let me know if there are. I would love to see them. The cover for this palette is a cropped version of a frame from the film. The colors in the scene are stunning, and I've tried to capture that with these purples, a pinky copper, and gold. I think this could go pretty dramatic or quite everyday, and I really like it. And there are my mock-ups. These were a lot of fun to put together, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!